We are no longer slaves. We have been redeemed. Would you lift your hands and worship the Father? Oh, Jesus. Who is like unto you, O God? We've read the stories of old. We've seen what he has done. We can see the weight of his glory. We can see the depth of his power. And yet he says, we know in part. Yet he says, we see in part. So meaning what we have seen is nothing compared. Does it leave you wondering what kind of God you serve? Does it leave you wondering the magnitude of his power? The one who parted the Red Sea, yet he says we see in part. I don't know. Does it leave you wondering how deep your God is? Who is like unto you, O God? Among the gods, there is none that can be likened unto you. Today we just want to express our hearts to him and say, who is like you, O God? We have seen other powers. We have seen other gods. But nothing compares. Who is like you, O Lord? Who is like you? Who is like you, O God? Who is like you? The weight of who you are, no words can carry. Who is like you, oh God? Who is like you? It's a very simple song. Who is like you, oh God? Today we just want to stir your hearts to ponder on the greatness of your God. Maybe you're going through one problem or the other and you are wondering how you will come out of it. Today we just want to encourage your heart, to remind you that there is no God like your God. Who is like you? Who is like you? Say it again. Who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you, Lord? Who is like you, Jesus? The weight of who you are, no words can carry. No words can carry. Who is like you, Lord? Who is like you? Say it again. Who is like you, Lord? Who is like you, Jesus? Who is like you, Lord? Aratakalos, Welegataya, Jesus, the way his hands. I want you to consider the works of his hands. I want you to consider his ways. I want you to consider his ways and know that there is no God like your God. There is none that can be compared to him. Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the one who makes a way where there seems to be no way, the one who opens the door and no man can shut, the beginning and still the end, the first and yet the last. There is no God like him nowhere. You search the world, we can't find anyone like him. He's bigger, he's greater, he's higher, he's mightier, he's all powerful, he's awesome, he's glorious, beautiful beyond description. Marvelous are his ways. We worship you, Jesus. We worship you, Jesus. Yes, God. There is none like you, Jesus. None to compare with you, Jesus. Yeah. Say, you are worthy, oh God. You are worthy, oh God. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy, Jesus. You are worthy, oh God. You are worthy, Jesus. The depths of who you are. Depths of who you are. No eyes, no eyes, no eyes. Karatakusa matalevados. You are worthy. You are worthy, Jesus. You are worthy, oh God. Yes, Jesus, you are. You are worthy, oh God. Ratakosoya. You are worthy, Jesus. Yes, the depths of who you are. Nice, nice, nice. Who can match your greatness? Who can know your power, Jesus? Yeah, you are worthy. Say, the depths of who you are. Nice. You are worthy, Jesus. You are worthy. Say, the weight of who you are. No words can carry. Who is like unto you, O God? Glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing great wonders. Who is like you? Who is like you? Say, the weight of who you are. The mountain hear his voice and skip. I said the mountain hear his voice and